Alright, looks like we're getting this one kicked off quickly. We've already got a like put on the video, which is kind of the other way. If I'm gonna start, I need to make sure someone's here, and there's two ways. You could either say something in chat, which is usually the option, but it looks like this time we're kicking it off with a like to the video, so thank you to that person. Now we're gonna get things underway here. Oops, sorry, did the wrong thing there. That I've never done that before. So we're gonna start with the usual here, the weekend recap, but do stick around because we have something huge coming up later on in the video that you are not gonna want to miss. But in the meantime, we are going to have to get our results and recap out of the way. So this time, we got Velocity Raptor 32. He says hello. Well, he says hola, which is, yeah, okay. Okay. So, we have a lot to talk about today because there were 6 Monster Jam stops this past weekend. So there is quite a bit to talk about. Now, I'm just going to go over everything except for the stadiums, really basic, as I usually do. So, I'm always getting Series East and Series West mixed up. Like, I don't know why. Okay. So, Arena Series East was in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I'm not going to go over the lineup right now. If you don't know the lineup, you can check it out on Monster Jam's website. So, this is actually something I did not know about. But on Friday, Dustin Brown was behind the wheel of Megalodon. I was not aware of this because I never saw these shows. But actually, very impressive for Dustin Brown. Friday night, Dustin Brown would pick up the overall win, which was really cool because he wasn't even supposed to be there, and then he won. And then all 3 of the other shows in Pittsburgh were all won by Weston Anderson and Gravedigger. Monster Jam was back in Birmingham as well, with Arena Series Central. Again, if you don't know the lineup for that, that's something to you guys to check out because there's a lot to review in this video. So Birmingham, show 1, Saturday afternoon, the overall would go to John Zimmer Jr. Saturday night, the overall would go to John Zimmer Jr. And Sunday afternoon, the overall would go to Brandon Vincent, who we will touch on in a little bit about something else. And for the 3rd Arena Series, Monster Jam was in Denver with Arena Series West, where Friday night would see Elvis Linus and Ultra Loco get the win. Saturday afternoon would see Kristen Anderson and Gravedigger get the win. And the other 2 overalls would both go to Tristan, England, and Earthshaker. Now we have 3 different stadiums to go over, so let's get right into that. Monster Jam in Stockholm, Sweden. Saw the international tour, so I'm going to go over this because we haven't covered it yet. It's Matt Cody and Gravedigger, Charlie Pocket and Megalodon, Brandon Arthur and El Toro Loco, Blake Granger and Max D, Miranda Kozad and Monster Mutt Dalmatian, Chelsea Van Cleve and Blue Thunder, the only indie out here, Peter Nyman and Earthshaker, and then Brittany Marcotte and Scooby-Doo. So actually really cool here, with all these fell drivers, even with Charlie Pocken out there, the overall would end up going to Peter Nyman and Earthshaker, who was the only indie that was there, which was really cool. So we would see Racing go to Peter Nyman, defeating Brittany Marcotte. We would see Skills go to Blake Granger, followed by Peter Nyman, with no very high scores there. And Freestyle would go to Charlie Pocken, which was followed by Miranda Kozad. So it was a very all over the place overall, but it would end up going to Peter Nyman, which is particularly impressive to me because of the fact that Charlie Pocken was there. Matt Cody, who's in Gravedigger, you would expect Gravedigger to be the big representative, wouldn't you? He ended up dead last with 6 points, unfortunately. But, I mean, he's really got to push harder than he has been these past couple of years. Now is when we're going to start talking about the little bit more interesting stuff. We're going to start here with Houston because there's a lot to talk about with Houston with only a one-day show. So this would see Stadium Series Red with the only difference here being that Travis Mowry is back and he was driving Rod Ryan's show instead of Velociraptor. So we're going to start in racing. In the semifinals, we would see Cole Vennard defeat Travis Mowry, and we would see Adam Anderson defeat Bryce Kenny. And in the racing finals, Adam Anderson would get the win over Cole Vennard. In skills, it would go to Tom Metz and Max D, which was followed by Todd LeDuc and Megalodon, and followed by Camden Murphy and Bakugan Dragonoid. But this, guys, is when it gets cool, because freestyle comes around, and we're going to go from 5th and up. In 5th place, we had Cole Vennard and the Black Pearl. In 4th place, we had Todd LeDuc and Megalodon. In 3rd place, wait, I just completely messed that up, I'm sorry. In 6th place, we have Cole Vennard and the Black Pearl. In 5th place is Todd LeDuc and Megalodon. In 4th place is Travis Mowry and the Rod Ryan Show. In 3rd place is Tom Metz Max D. In 2nd place is Bryce Kenny and the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. But the coolest thing of all is that Mike Christensen in Vendetta picks up the freestyle win in Houston, which is awesome because, to be honest, it's been a really up and down season for him, but he's able to pick up a win in the biggest competition in all of Monster Trucks, which is just completely awesome. And finally, Stadium Tour Blue headed out to Anaheim, which is the last thing to cover here. Saturday night would be very interesting. In the semifinals, we would see Ryan Anderson take on John Gordon, with Ryan Anderson getting the win. And we would see Ryan Disharoon and Shaker take on Cynthia Gauthier. And Ryan Disharoon gets the win and moves on to the racing finals. And Ryan Disharoon defeats Ryan Anderson in the racing finals. That is the second huge win for an Indy driver that has had a really rough season so far. So it was just completely awesome to see that. Skills would go to Ryan Anderson, to no one's real surprise. He would go for a sidewall, he wouldn't get it, and the truck would do a donut on the lid for like a good 15 seconds. The truck was spinning entirely upside down on the roof of the truck. It was really cool. He got the win, and that was actually followed by Cynthia Gauthier and Lucas Stabilizer, because she did like she did a sky wheelie and it ended up turning into like a backflip. And then that was followed by Tyler Meniga, who did typical Tyler Meniga things. Obviously, it was going to be an awesome skills run. It was all around a really good skills challenge. And the freestyle win would go to Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger. Is anyone really surprised you got a freestyle win? I don't think so. And in 2nd place would be Cole Stevens and Thunder Roris. In the overalls, it would go to Ryan Anderson with 35 points, just barely off of that sweep because he lost in the racing finals. The interesting thing here, though, is because after below Ryan Anderson, everyone from 9th place to 2nd place, 9th place to 2nd place, that's 8 different drivers, right? They all had points between 22 points and 18 points. The entire, it was crazy. And Tyler Meniga would only end up getting 3rd to last, 4th to last. I don't even know how to. Yeah. Okay. And then Sunday afternoon in the semifinals, we would see Mark List defeat Ryan Disharoon, and we would see Tyler Meniga defeat Ryan Anderson, setting up an entirely new racing finals. And in the racing finals, we would see Tyler Meniga get the win over Mark List. And skills, it would once again go to Tyler Meniga, who has some pretty good bicycle moves. And 2nd was Ryan Anderson with a failed sidewall attempt, and in 3rd place was Mark List doing moonwalks, which fans like to score big. And then finally, freestyle would come around, and in 3rd place was Jim Kohler and Avenger with a pretty good run. 2nd place was Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger. And 1st place was Tyler Meniga and Gravedigger with a 9.444. So he would end up getting a full event sweep with 36 points Sunday afternoon, which is going to be huge if he wants to be able to gain on Ryan Anderson. As he does currently hold the lead, Ryan Anderson is quickly climbing back up the ladder to take it back away. Now we are going to move over to the point standings, and we're going to go over all the points through the middle placement. So basically, the top half of the field is what we're going to be going over here. So currently, Stadium Tour Blue is still led by Tyler Menninga and Gravedigger, and I think he is going to be able to hold out that lead for a while. And with 365 points, I think Tyler Menninga is going to have a pretty good lucky time. In second place is Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger, powered by Hoonigan, though. And Ryan Anderson is now 44 points behind Tyler Menninga. So he is getting some points back, which Tyler Menninga is going to have to watch out for. In third place is Bari Musauer and Zombie with 252 points, who is 113 points behind Tyler Menninga. So right now, it's really Tyler Menninga or Ryan Anderson, and right now it's seeming that it's going to be Tyler Menninga or bust. Fourth place is Corey Rummel and Megalodon with 224 points. Fifth place is Cole Stevenson Thunderoris, which I think is a pretty big surprise for a lot of people. So he is in fifth place with 220 points, and in sixth place is Margulis and El Trelico with 219 points. Stadium Series Red still sees Camden Murphy and Bakugan Dragonoid with the lead with 263 points, but Adam Anderson has started to gain on him again, as he is now only 14 points behind Camden Murphy and is in second place. So Camden Murphy is going to have to watch out. In third place is Bryce Kenny and the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior with 239 points. In fourth place is Tom Metz and Max D with 222 points. In fifth place is Cole Vennard with the Black Pearl. And in sixth place is Todd LeDuc with the Megalodon. For Arena Series Central, your current leader is Brandon Vincent and Gravedigger with 449 points. In second place is John Zimmer Jr. and Terminal Velocity. In third place is Tony Oaks and Thunderoris. And in fourth place is Zach Gardner and Wildside. Right now, Cody Saucier is only in fifth place. I don't know why, but he is having a rough time right now. Right now, Arena Series West sees Weston Anderson in the lead with 545 points. In second place is Armando Castro and El Toro Loco with 474 points. In third place is Dalton Widener with 390 points. And in fourth place is Lindsey Reed and Scooby-Doo with 381 points. And then finally is Arena Series West, which currently sees Tristan England and Earthshaker in the lead with 467 points. Second place sees Elvis Linus and El Toro Loco with 446 points. Third place sees David Olfert and Velociraptor with 348 points. And Kristen Anderson and Gravedigger is in fourth place with 326 points. That was a long time, but we're not even done with the results yet, because we still have to go over the power rankings. This week, the power rankings only have 19 drivers listed, which I'm not sure why. But we're going to go over this section through section here. So, in the top 5, we have Tyler Menninga, Ryan Anderson, Weston Anderson, Camden Murphy, and Tristan England. So, they're going to be battling it out there. 6th through 10th sees Adam Anderson, Brandon Vincent, Elvis Linus, Bryce Kenny, and Tom Metz. 11th through 15th sees Armando Castro, Bari Musauer, John Zimmer Jr., Cole Vennard, and Travis Mowry. And 16th through 19th sees Todd LeDuc, Jamie Garner, Caleb Blood, and Corey Rummel. Again, there is no 20th for this weekend. I don't know why. But, yeah. We're finally up with the results. That was a lot of results. Tyler is winning the Stadium Series. I mean, I'm still knocking on wood for that one. I'm hoping. I need Tom to get to the Stadium Series W. Yeah, I hate to break it to you. It's not looking like it's going to happen right now. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I don't know. And also, I would love to see Dalton Widener get the win, though. That's definitely what I do want to be seeing. Also, Cool Monster Jam 93 was in here. I don't know when that was, because I just spent like 10 minutes going over results. But, now, we are going to move into our next section, which is upcoming plans. And, trust me, we're going to have a lot to talk about right here. Alright, so this is the upcoming plans, and so, well, there's a little bit that I have planned, looking a decent amount down the line, but this weekend, you guys better be ready. So, upcoming, obviously, I got Glendale April 15th. No other shows are going to be near me in a while, so I think that's about it. Obviously, I'm going to need to do some other stuff, as right now we're celebrating 1,000 subscribers as well. So there's a lot to go down right now. But guys, those of you who are here are about to get an exclusive sneak peek into what's about to come this weekend. I hope you guys are ready, because it's go time for you guys to get the exclusive look at this ad that has not been released anywhere else, and this is your first look. Here we go. Alright, I hope you guys are just as excited as I am to get underway. That is going to be a live stream taking place only this weekend. You're not going to want to miss it. It's going to be big, and you're not, I just said you're not going to want to miss it, but I'm going to say it again, because, I mean, you really don't want to miss it. Got some big stuff planned, some things that you guys definitely don't see coming. Massive haul, crazy tricks, crazy tournament, all of this live in one live stream. So I hope you guys are ready, because I sure am, and I'm looking forward to this Saturday as well. So we have that planned. We have Glendale April 15th planned. As I've been talking about, Superstar Challenge is still a maybe, kind of likely, relatively likely. But apart from that, I'm just going to be doing some uploads here and there. I still have a lot more unboxing videos to get uploaded and stuff like that. So also keep a lookout for that stuff. But, as far as upcoming plans go, I think that's everything I've got going here. So with that note, I think we're on to everybody's favorite segment, which is the wrap-up. Even though it's the wrap-up and everyone probably thinks that it's going to be a sad time for everybody to leave, this is actually the time where we talk about everything that's not related to Monster Jam and stuff. It can still be related, but it doesn't have to be, because this is a section that's all about having fun. So, first thing, I'm going to answer a question that came up a while ago, because I didn't. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. I didn't mention that in the title, although I probably should have. It just wouldn't really correlate with everything else we're talking about here, because we have, obviously, a lot more exciting deals at hand. So the correct answer to the question that was asked, like, way at the start of the stream, is no. But that's alright, because I still have a channel to manage anyway. It's best that I'm just managing a channel and not having to worry about another person, I guess. So, yeah, one thing I want to touch on that I actually said earlier is this weekend in, Cleveland, Brandon Vincent is absent, and instead Matt Cody will be driving Gravedigger. Now, the reason for this, we do not know at the moment. At least I don't. I don't know if any of you guys saw anything about it. I have not heard anything about why Brandon Vincent's not going to be driving, though. So, if you guys know, feel free to inform me, because I have no idea why he's going to be gone. Stadium Tour Blue's still in Anaheim, which should be pretty exciting. And then Monster Jam is going to be returning to Minneapolis. But we're kind of done talking about schedules and results. Oh, Elevating Racing Store, I'm pretty excited to see back. I didn't really think they were going to do it again, but I'm glad to see that they are. Yeah, it's good. It's going to be pretty exciting. I'm not going to go, but I am looking forward to seeing it return. And I'm really still begging that Monster Jam brings the World Finals here to Glendale. It's literally, this is the pitch perfect place to do the World Finals. The only thing that Glendale doesn't have that every other World Finals has had is that State Farm Stadium is not, it's a relatively closed top. The top can open, but it's not like it's just doesn't have a top. But apart from that, The stadium's massive. It's Arizona. There's dirt everywhere. There's no reason they can't get dirt. And the other thing is that, as I just touched on, the stadium is massive. It's not particularly wide, but it's extremely long compared to other football stadiums they use. Which, they've done this before, by the way. It gives perfect length for a Thunder Alley. It wasn't called Thunder Alley before, but they could easily get away with calling it Thunder Alley and just have the trucks go from the entrance of the stadium all the way down the line. And then they could go back to the original style of World Finals racing, and really, I don't see why they don't. Another thing I don't see is why they're doing both the Superstar Challenge and the World Finals as one-day events. Makes no sense to me, but I mean, okay. If you really think that's gonna work out, then go ahead, Feld. But really, I don't see how you're gonna get that to work smoothly, at least. I don't see that going smoothly at all, in fact. But you know what? Sure. If you think it's gonna work, then give it a try. What else has been going on recently? Anaheim? Here's the thing with Anaheim. I don't know what it is. It's a massive stadium, which is what gives it an upper hand for the World Finals. What the problem with Anaheim is that the officials in Anaheim are very trigger happy and will shut off the trucks for just about anything. You know, we might see trucks driving on broken rear steer on flat tires, you know, and in a couple stops such as my own, we might still see trucks with broken tire rods running. But in Anaheim, none of that stuff goes. Anaheim shuts most everything off, and drivers aren't generally allowed to continue doing a lot of things. And if it's about to be the biggest event of the year, I sure hope that the drivers can get some bigger things going on. If the officials could fix it, though, I definitely think Anaheim would be a great pick. Here's what my prediction is. Since Las Vegas had the World Finals for, like, 19 years, I have a feeling that they're going to be staying Central and East Coast for a long time with the World Finals, since it was here West for such a long time. Which I think is why they started doing the All-Star Challenge and Superstar Challenges here. Since the World Finals has moved far away from here, now we're getting these other big events that basically are the placeholders for the World Finals that are currently not here, since we just got 19 World Finals in a row here West. So that's what I could really make sense. Maybe yeah, I mean, maybe. We didn't really see much leniency, I feel like. Well, I guess we kind of did. Yeah, World Finals 22 had, or sorry, World Finals, was it? Yeah, World Finals 21 had a decent amount of, you know, leniency. I wouldn't say there was a ton. There was a lot of shutoffs, but, I mean, we did see things like Cole Vennard's save. Yeah, that's what I was saying. For the Sunday show, Tyler just barely got onto the side, and they just shut him off. He wasn't broken. Nothing was wrong. They just shut him off. He wasn't anywhere near the wall. He was, like, almost in the middle of the stadium. Keep in mind, the stadium is massive. He wasn't even close to the wall. I doubt even if the truck was broken, anything would have gone anywhere near the walls anyway. I see zero reasons that they would have shut off Tyler there. I mean, we saw what they let him do in Indianapolis. I see no good reason that he couldn't do that same thing in Anaheim, but they still shut him off, which I don't really understand. What I'm just crossing my fingers on right now is that my show, when it comes around, I'm just crossing my fingers right now that when my show comes again in April, they're gonna allow the same things that they allowed last October. I don't know exactly why they let Mark List go with the broken tire rod, or why they allowed so many more saves last time Monster Jam was here. I'm just crossing my fingers that they have that same leniency when they come back in April as they did a few months ago, because that was easily the best freestyle I've seen, with the exception of 2019 October. And I guess I could argue 2018 October, that was also pretty good, but the freestyle that I saw in October last year was really good, and I'm just crossing my fingers that they let the same things go this year as they did last year for Glendale, because it was really cool. Like, Colvinard save, we saw David Olfert save, Markless on the broken tire rod, yeah, there was just a lot of stuff. I don't know, it was really cool. And I'm just hoping to do that. Well, he did still win. He still won freestyle. I mean, I'm still upset that he got shut off. He was still able to win, but he had way more potential than what they let him do, which is what makes me more or less upset. Oh, Tyler broke a sway bar. At the same time, is a broken sway bar really gonna be that bad? Like, is a broken sway bar that end of the world if the truck is literally trying to get back on the tires, not doing big air? I don't know. I personally don't see the problem with a broken sway bar if the truck's not about to go and get a giant. Wait. I am so confused right now, because I feel like there's like 4 things going on at the same time. Right now I'm referring to Tyler Menninga winning in Anaheim with the broken sway bar when he crashed. That's what I'm talking about right now. But now Colvinard's not on that tour, and I'm very confused. What's going on? I mean, the 4 links, I feel like the broken 4 links are the one thing that Felda's never got behind. Tire rods, they allowed a lot of. You know, planetaries, they allowed a lot of. Missing tires, flat tires. Even, there could even be suspensions hanging out of the truck, you know, 10 years ago, and they'd still let the truck continue. But for some reason, every time a 4-link bent in the slightest, that would always be what got the truck shut off. Everything else was perfectly fine, but it was always just that 4-link that Monster Jam never got behind, and I don't know why. As far as markless planetary goes, I definitely would agree that would have been nice to see him continue. But that's one of the times that I don't really see Feld shutting it off, because it's such a minor breakage. And what I would have to guess with that is probably a driver choice to stop going, because when it's a broken planetary, you can't really do anything with it. So at that point, you're just wasting fuel, and you're stressing the truck more than you have to. You're burning the transmission. You're doing a lot of things that, with a broken planetary, it's kind of just a waste of a lot of money and parts. Yeah, 2 years ago I saw Tom Mentz run with no, I want to say it was no rear wheel drive, which was pretty cool. He didn't really get much done, but he got this cool little save at the end that I liked. If you would even call it that, it was more or less just, I guess, quarter half spin. That's if I had to describe it. But yeah, the last time I actually saw Tom Mentz was 2 years ago. So hopefully he comes back in October, or I do end up going to the Superstar Challenge, because if I do go there, there's a 1000% chance we'll be there, as long as he doesn't get injured sometime this season. So I forgot about when he dropped the trophy on his face last year. I just got like a jump scare. I tried to click on the video of Tom Mentz's freestyle I was just talking about, and this car, like, literally it popped up with the back of the car, like, shaking. I don't even know what I just witnessed, but it's traumatizing. Whatever just showed up. Oh, I don't know what that was. Where is it? Now I can't find Tom Mentz's run anywhere. Did I just not put his name in the title? I don't know. What if I put Max D freestyle? I'm gonna find this freestyle. I know it well. Right now I'm just finding the freestyle of the year tournaments. I'm not actually finding the Run. I'm so... Where is it? Where did it go? I want to know where my Tom Benz freestyle went. Please. Actually, I could probably just... Oh, wait. I don't think I uploaded it, did I? I might not have uploaded it. Okay. Wait. What? I don't even have... Oh, here. Glendale, October 2021. Okay. Oh. I just didn't upload it. That's weird. Okay. Wait, he broke it? I did not see this before. I feel like it's something that I probably saw when I was like, what would I have been? 5 at the time, I think. But I mean, at that point I wouldn't remember it by now. But that's actually hilarious. I want to find that right now. What? Tyler Duke is such an icon. He's definitely list of my top 10 drivers. Is there a video of this? Oh, okay, I'm gonna get copyrighted if they hear anything. Wait, is there a video of him breaking the trophy, like, anywhere? I need to see this right now. I'm going to hunt this video. I'm gonna find it. Please tell me. Really, I'm surprised, because I feel like sending it with the planetary is just asking to get hurt. That's asking to get hurt. That's asking to waste a lot of money. But I mean, okay. If you really want to send it with a broken planetary, your choice, not mine. But I'm not gonna say it's a particularly smart decision. It's a decision, for sure. But I mean, I feel like there's safer and smarter things to do than full send with a broken planetary. That's just me, but I mean, I don't know. It's supposed to rain today, and I haven't gotten like any rain, and I'm very disappointed right now. It was supposed to rain yesterday too, and it like drizzled for a few minutes. Like, I want to know where all the rain went that I was supposed to be having. There has to be video of it somewhere, I feel like. Sorry. I don't know if there is. I mean, I hope there is, though. Maybe it's in the DVD. I'll have to check sometime, because I have we have, like, all the DVDs for the World Finals and some of the Crash Madnesses, so I'll have to check if it's in the thing. Wait, what broke? Is it like the Monster Jam logo fell off the top? Finally, Monster Jam posted the updated show lineups for all the drivers. Or for all the tours. They just like never did this before. Then they're in Arlington and Orlando. And then they're in Nampa and Detroit. And then they're in Vancouver and Raleigh. Right now I'm just going over the stadium tour lineups to see what's going on. Because there is a weekend coming up in a couple weeks that's gonna have no stadium shows, which is very disappointing, isn't it? Not even an international one. Just 5 arena stops. Boo-hoo. What else is going on today? What other talking points are there? Man, I feel like we've done so much this stream, but it's only been 34 minutes. It's crazy. It goes by so... This was going by really slow, but I feel like we've got the most stuff in this stream. That's very interesting. It's like the opposite of what I would have expected. I don't know. Ryan DeSharoon was top 3 drivers for a long time, and then he came back in 2022 with a new chassis, and it just everything went horribly from there. I don't know exactly why. Like, I mean, he was known for always breaking, but he still always got a lot of good stuff, and now he just breaks, and it's like, and his entire, if he breaks, like, if he barely scratches one part of the truck on, like, the first show, he just doesn't show up the rest of the weekend, and I don't know what the problem is with the truck, but it's just always how it goes. So, I don't know. 111. I haven't done a custom in a while. That's one of the things I was actually thinking about doing during the big stream. This year is gonna be my first time seeing Ryan Disharoon. Unfortunately, he hasn't really been having the best year. But yeah, it's just a shame. It's also gonna be my first time seeing John Gordon though. And so far he's off to a very powerful year. I'm hoping he can continue it because yeah. Yeah, he had an easy save too, but he just didn't go for it in time. I feel like the front end of his truck is like extended, so when he tried to do the save, it ended up getting caught on the hood, and that's why he couldn't really get the save. I don't know, that's really from what I could tell all that was there. That would have stopped him from getting such a blatantly easy save to me, at least. I don't know. Seems like he just gave up. He like gassed it, and it seemed like it would have been fine, but I think he extended the front of the truck to have the hood sit better, and that's gonna make it really hard to get saves and stuff. You know what I realized? I feel like Monster Jam was letting just about anything go. Like, all through 2016, basically anything went. And then the start of 2017, they were still letting anything go. But as soon as Dennis was out of the sport, they started being super strict. Like, it was specifically as soon as Dennis retired that the officials were like, okay, it's shut-off time. And I think the reason was because, I could be wrong, I don't know. When Dennis Anderson crashed, he kind of had to retire, at least for a while, because it was his injury, right? So, we can't keep driving with an injury. The thing is, I guarantee you, he wasn't going to race in Monster Jam if they didn't let him go big, right? If they didn't let him do crazy saves and stuff. I guarantee you, as soon as they would have started being harsh while he was driving, he would have said, nope, I'm out. But this time he had to be out. So, here's how it kind of plays out in my mind. If officials were strict while Dennis Anderson was driving, they were probably scared that if they were strict at that time, he was going to retire and they would lose their best driver. After Dennis crashed, he had to retire. So the officials were like, okay, well, now he's already retired and we're not really fearing losing him anymore, so now we can be strict and we won't have a Dennis Anderson to yell at us. I don't know. I could be wrong, but to me, that's what it really seems like happened. As soon as Dennis retired, Monster Jam was like, okay, we're free. Time to absolutely go off on all these drivers trying to do cool stuff. To me, that's really what it seems like happened. Because 2016, I think a lot of people overlook. A lot of people think, oh, officials were mean. But 2016 was actually a really good year. Lots of broken tire rod runs. There were actually some bent four-link runs. And, yeah, it was really good. But as soon as Dennis was out of Monster Jam, they're like, it's time to do what he wouldn't let us do. It's time to do what Dennis would not let us do. It's time to be strict. See, that's just dumb. Because, yeah, there's no way he would have just stopped driving. It's Dennis Anderson. He knows what he's doing. He wouldn't just stop mid-backflip. That's just dumb. However, I think we also can't forget about Colton Eichelberger's freestyle in 2017. That was a good run. I don't remember where it was, but everyone should know exactly what I'm talking about when I bring that up. That was what you call a good run. Yeah, I found the Dennis Anderson run. Yeah, he had no control. I don't know. The only other thing that could have gone wrong there was if he didn't have rear-wheel drive. Although at the same time, I don't really see how a roof landing like that would have taken someone out of driving unless he was that fragile. I'm gonna find his run really quick so I can find out where it was. Oh, it was in Houston. Okay. That's what I was thinking in my head, but at the same time I was like, no, it's not Houston. Like, I mean, it's sad that he kind of disappeared. I think he's doing college. That's what Chris Kohler did, I'm pretty sure, and I think that's also what Colton Eichelberger is doing. I'm just hoping that he does get back behind the wheel sometime because he was a great driver. And I actually was supposed to see him last year before he did leave the wheel. Which was unfortunate because seeing it, one, him being on a stadium tour would have been really cool. Two, me being able to see him on said stadium tour would have also been really cool. But, I don't know where he went. I think it was probably college, though. That's my best guess of how he would have suddenly disappeared, because that's the same thing that Chris Kohler did. But you were right on the guess that it was in Texas, so I'll give you that much. No, I think he drove Outlaw, like, once as a fill-in, but I don't think he's full-time with them. I think that was, like, a one-time deal. I could be wrong. Let me actually check. In 2021, he drove Monster Truck Wars. Okay. He would originally be scheduled to make his Stadium Series debut in 2022, but would eventually drop out of the lineup due to family conflicts. I have no idea what said family conflicts are, because I never heard about this before, but Oh, this is something interesting. Okay, Jared Eichelberger. He was scheduled to return to Monster Jam in 2023, driving Earthshaker in South Africa. The reason is unknown. Okay, I don't know what's going on, but the Eichelberger brothers are just entirely confusing me right now. I have no idea what's going on between Colton and Jared. I guess they're just on their own things right now, because I don't really see any other explanation whatsoever. Wait, actually, I did not know he was ever supposed to be driving in South Africa until I just read that. And I don't see him listed in these shows. He probably got removed. I have so many questions right now that are not answered. Like, I don't know what's going on with Colton and Jared. They were doing really good, then they just disappeared, then they were supposed to come back, and then they just disappeared again. And it was because of family conflicts that I could be less clueless about. I just don't know what's going on. I don't know. They're not even listed as drivers on the Monster Jam website. I have absolutely no idea. I need to know more about this, but yeah. Oh no, Blake Ranger does not do the same things that I feel like Neil and Tom do. But I mean, I guess for arenas he's okay, but for most other things he doesn't really get too much. And also, I was kind of hoping that Colt Stevens would have carried out Max D this year, so I could have at least seen the new body, but he did just end up doing Thunder Roarus instead. Personally, I would have much rather seen him do Max D, but I mean, to each his own, I guess. I mean, I feel like there are so many better options for Thunder Roarus. I mean, not that he's not a good option, just that, like, he should have been behind the wheel of Max D. Like, I mean, I could see Todd LeDuc in Thunder Roarus. I could really see Mark List in Thunder Roarus, to me. You never know, if it might be an Indian Thunder Roarus. I mean, Tony Oaks was already in Thunder Roarus, so it's not like it needed a second driver anyway. Whereas Max D is top tier Monster Jam. I would say Max D did need a second driver, which it did not get, as far as main fields go. The other thing is that Marvel trucks just became a lost cause and never were discussed again. I'm gonna say the deal definitely fell through, which is probably the most unfortunate thing that's happened in recent years of Monster Jam. But I mean, it's not like 100%. Maybe that's what the Superstar Challenge will be themed around. Who knows? I wouldn't really say that Gravedigger took any new drivers. Gravedigger's like Monster Jam's tip of the top. They're not just gonna throw someone into Gravedigger, right? Matt Cody, I don't really know why that was that he got put in Gravedigger, but that's just what, from the contract he signed, it said that he was gonna drive Gravedigger. I don't know why that was the choice. I have no idea why Charlie Pauken isn't the one driving Gravedigger when he already has a big history in the truck, and instead it's Matt Cody. I could be less clueless, but Sure, why not? Put a relatively rookie driver behind the wheel of Gravedigger, at least as far as expectations for Gravedigger's performance go. But as far as Ultra Loco and Megalodon go, that I could definitely agree with. Those are like their overflow trucks. Any drivers that they're trying to think of where to put them, they're like, okay, I think Ultra Loco will do. Like Brandon Arthur, Armando Castro, Elvis Lainez. Boom, Ultra Loco. I mean, I guess, in fairness with Elvis Lainez, he did drive Mohawk Warrior first, which personally I think he should have stayed in Mohawk Warrior given the fact that it only has one driver right now, whereas Ultra Loco has about 10,000 drivers at the moment. Megalodon, they seem to... Megalodon, I would say, is a little bit more versatile. I mean, Todd LeDuc is a veteran that they put him in. Bernard Light's in Megalodon because of the alien invasion incident. Ashley Sanford was just thrown into Megalodon, though. That's one of the interesting ones. I don't know why Charlie Pauken got put in Megalodon. Corey Rummels, obviously, because of Indy's choice. So really, Megalodon's all over the board. But the reason that those trucks are often given the most representation is because little kids going to their first show, they're really going to like those 3D bodies or the names that they've heard of outside of shows. So they're definitely going to want to see, you know, Ultra Loco or Megalodon when they go to their first Monster Jam show. Because they're Feld trucks. Feld wants to advertise them as best they can as well. Yeah, I don't know why they took him out of Blue Thunder. Guarantee you he was supposed to be driving a Marvel truck. Because he said he was going to be in a new ride. I guarantee you he was supposed to be driving a Marvel truck. And then they were like, uh-oh, we don't have a Marvel truck. And uh-oh, we didn't make any new Blue Thunder bodies for this year because they weren't supposed to exist. But since we decided to put so many drivers in Megalodon, here's some extra Megalodon bodies we found in storage. Use them, Todd LeDuc, and take your truck to victory. That's how I'm assuming it went behind the scenes between Feld and Todd LeDuc when he was getting assigned his truck. I mean, Blue Thunder was kind of his truck for a while. Between him and Matt Cody, it was kind of belonged to them. Another thing I want to talk about is I have no idea. I feel like Lindsey Wink just, like, decided to go. Like, why? He was driving at the end of 2020 perfectly well. And then 2021 came around, and he was nowhere to be found. I mean, is that not... I don't know. I could look this up too, because I seem to be looking a lot of stuff up about drivers who disappeared today. Huh. But I mean, here's something else. In 2020, he competed on... Okay, this is from Monster Truck Fandom, by the way. In 2020, he competed on the Red Stadium Tour until all events would be canceled due to COVID-19. He would later be invited to compete at Arlington in October, with it being the first Monster Jam show since the cancellations. This would later turn out to be the final show for Lucas Oil Crusader because the contract ended, but it would obviously be renewed. Lindsey, however, clarified that he wasn't retiring and would be driving again in the near future. It's currently unknown what will he be driving and when he will be driving it. So I don't know why he just decided to not show up, but he just decided not to show up. I wouldn't say he was falling off. I would just say he wasn't as boom, straight in your face. He wasn't doing, like, his full sends, like, he wasn't announcing his presence and that kind of stuff, but, I mean, his World Finals 21 was pretty good. He had a lot of good stuff going on. The other one who kind of just retired out of the blue was Scott Buteau, which I also want to, look on for a second. I mean, he was a long-time driver, though, so... His makes sense. It was just a little bit of a surprise. Okay, so I'm gonna read this as well. He drove the Ice Ultra Loco. Okay, this is also a Monster Truck fandom, by the way. He drove Ice Ultra Loco in Stadium Tour 3 for 2019. He created the reverse corkscrew maneuver, also known as the 360 flare, and was the only driver to have successfully landed this move. He would drive the Monster Jam truck for the second show in Minneapolis of 2019, which also connects to Houston. I believe he drove it there in 2019 as well. He would eventually leave Feld Motorsports at the end of 2020, though stated that he isn't retiring from driving just yet. And fans theorized that he could likely join Hot Wheels Monster Truck Live, but it was never confirmed. So, I don't know why he decided to leave Feld Motorsports. I feel like Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live is an interesting prediction. I could see it. But yeah, you never know. It's possible. He might end up doing a similar thing to Mark McDonald, where he retires, or when he drops out, he doesn't necessarily, quote, retire. He just only drives 1 or 2 shows a year. I have a feeling that's going to be the same kind of thing if Scott Buteau returns that he does. That's really all I could think of. I think of other drivers that just stopped driving for no real reason. I don't know. I feel like a lot of drivers disappeared, said they were gonna drive, and then just didn't drive, and I don't really know why. Just odd. Beckham, Becky McDonough, that's a good point. I don't know where she went. She was a very small, lesser-known driver. She got put on her first stadium tour, which ended quickly, and she didn't really do a ton, except she was pretty well known for the mini flip. Or I guess at that point, mini flips weren't really in stadiums. That would have been an 8-pack, but, I feel like that's really what she was known for. Brad Allen's another good one that fits in with that. Brad Allen was kind of in that same exact spot as Becky McDonough. Also, John Zimmer disappeared. Obviously, he's helping the crew with John Zimmer Jr. now. I just don't really know why he retired from driving. Obviously, he wants to help crew. I don't really think he ever talked about retiring. He just suddenly did. And then all of a sudden, now there was John Zimmer Jr. driving. I was supposed to see John Zimmer drive last year before she sorry. I was supposed to see John Zimmer last year before he got replaced by well, not replace. He was supposed to replace Jamie Garner and drive Overboard at my show last year, and then Jamie Garner ended up coming back. Which, to be completely honest, I kind of would have rather seen John Zimmer, but you never know. Yeah. Yeah, I get the helping crew thing. I just don't really know why he just vanished. And all of a sudden he's like, hey, I'm back. Now I'm with John Zimmer Jr. Hopefully John Zimmer Jr. gets put onto a stadium tour. He's shown the potential. He's raised by one of the greatest icons in Monster Jam. I see no reason that he really couldn't be put on a stadium tour. I'm just hoping he does sometime. Felda's a lot of drivers they need to give the call that they just haven't for some reason. There's a lot of them. Let me actually check. Oops. Oh. Okay. Well, here's something. On January... This is Monster Truck... I keep saying this. This is Monster Truck Ken, okay. On January 8th, 2021, Becky McDonough announced her retirement from Monster Jam on Instagram. She debuted Miss Titan on August 13th at Silver Dollar Speedway due to her upcoming truck, Vixen, not being ready in time. No idea what this is all about. Miss Titan is... Oh, it's alongside Titan, okay. Huh. I feel like I've never heard of these trucks. But I guess she's working with Donald Epidendio now. I don't know if I said that right at all. But Miss Titan is her new truck. Little Tim, I like that name. Yeah, Zach Garner is probably... It's between... Well, it's not really between. Obviously, Brandon Vincent is the #1 driver who's been cheated out of a stadium tour. But, apart from him, I would really say it's Zach Garner that's been probably the top driver cheated out of getting a stadium tour. I don't know what it is with them not wanting to give it to him. I feel like David Olfert's also a really good mention for not having a stadium tour presence. I don't know why he doesn't. Here's the thing. Basically, the arenas is like, they're drivers that they need to represent Monster Jam in the arenas. So I get that they need to have good drivers there. But at the same time, you can't just keep a driver in the arenas for 6 years straight and be like, oh well, at least they're giving us some good stuff now, because you're in the arenas and you can represent us in the arenas, but these drivers clearly have what it takes to be in stadiums. Monster Jam, what they need to do is bring back the 14 driver stadiums. 14 driver stadium tours. That's what they need to do. Oh yeah, I know who he was. I've especially seen his crash and the qualifying for World Finals 15. But I still have no idea how to say his name. And I have no idea what's going on with him independently for the most part. I do want to find out what's going on with Miss Titan, though. Because I've never heard of this before. Nor can I find anything of the truck. I can only find stuff of the regular Titan. Oh, great. She's in Monster Trucks. Ugh. Monster Trucks drives me insane. Like, they literally tried to do a show in a parking lot that I went to, and it was hot garbage. Absolutely terrible. I don't know what they were thinking. Also, here's something that I want to talk about. What are your opinions on Monster Jam Trackside? To me, It's a cool concept and all, but the problem is that they do this big stream hyping up the event and they just don't show you the event. Why? What's the point of making all this excitement about an event that no one's gonna see? No one's gonna, like, ever see. I just don't know. Just why? What's the point? I don't know. They're tied for second? What? What do you mean? In what way are they tied for second? Like... Oh! If I had to make a favorite drivers list based on current day, ooh, that's really hard. But if I had to say my favorite driver, Ryan Anderson, second favorite driver, Todd LeDuc, third, Camden Murphy, fourth, Tyler Menninga, fifth, who would my fifth favorite current day driver be? Probably Travis Mowry in fifth. Yeah, I like that list. Oh, we have, excuse me if I say this wrong, Colvin Cody. Everyone say hello to Colvin Cody. He's also checking out the stream here. Okay, weather says there's light rain outside, and I'm going to see. There is light rain outside. Okay. Yes. I've been waiting all week for this rain. So yeah, that's my top drivers list. My number one, easily Ryan Anderson. My second, definitely Todd LeDuc. Todd LeDuc and Ryan Anderson are really close. Ryan Anderson, I just like his driving more. Todd LeDuc, I like less for his driving and more for his character. Third, easily, is Camden Murphy. Fourth is Tyler Menninga, and fifth is Travis Mowry. That's definitely what I would say for my list. And I don't see that list changing anytime soon, unless a driver really blows me away at a show. Which is kind of hard for them to do now, when Feld doesn't really let them blow you away, because they shut it all off. That's good driver selection, I just don't... Yeah, that's actually the same drivers I said, with the only exception being, Tyler Menninga, as far as pit parties go, he kind of is like Barry Musauer. He can talk, like, interesting things, but a lot of the time, he doesn't really talk that loud. He doesn't really talk that much. But as soon as he's behind the wheel, he's going to do really good. Him and Barry Musauer, especially as far as pit parties go, are very similar. So if you've ever seen Barry Musauer in a pit party before, it's kind of the same thing there. Ryan Anderson definitely has a lot more passion when it comes to pit parties and stuff. What? What? Universal Studios? I'm sorry, what? I'm so confused. Wait, is there something I'm missing? Why were they... why were Ryan and Dennis... Oh, wait. Oh, Universal Studios Florida. I was thinking of the one in California. That's why I was so confused. Colt Drive Doomsday? I don't know. I know, that one guy drove Doomsday. Who is it? I have it, like, kind of in my head, but I can't think of it. Drivers. Yeah, Colt Stevens, they drive it. Charlie Pawkin, Colt Stevens. I saw it 2016. Which says Colt Stevens. It won the Wheelie and Freestyle Championships during the second Glendale show in October, which is where I was. During the latter show, the driver proceeded to take off his helmet, revealing himself to be Colt Stevens. And then it was placed on indefinite hiatus. I think it would be cool for the truck to come back, though, and have another mystery driver. I just feel like in current day Monster Jam, it would be super easy for a fan to be like, this driver's missing from the lineups, it's definitely this guy. I think it was both 2015 and 2016 that Colt drove it. I could be wrong, that's what I'm thinking. 1 Ryan Anderson, 2 Todd Duke, 3 Weston Anderson, and the last one Joe Foley. Yeah, that's actually pretty. The first two are pretty nail on with mine. I really think Joe Foley's severely underrated, although he hasn't really gotten too much. He hasn't really gotten any big air this year, but he's still had some good moments, and independently, he's a really good driver. I definitely think he's overlooked. I don't think you could count out Corey Schneider. That's one I didn't say, because I didn't really say Indies. I said Monster Jam specifically. But Corey Schneider is a good driver. Outlaw is not retired. Yeah, Outlaw still races all the time, just not in Monster Jam, because I'm pretty sure the truck got bought out by... It's not MAP, is it? I think it's TNT, right? I don't think Harper owns it anymore. Let me see. No, it is still owned by Harper Motorsports, but... Oh, yeah, see... Yeah, TNT Motorsports is, okay. I want to see this crash that took it out of... Hang on, I want to see this, okay. Corpus Christi. Says 2019, the truck got destroyed in this place. Wait, Preston Perez has a YouTube channel? Huh, okay. Oh, okay, here's Monster Truck Wars 2019. Let's take a look if it's in here. I've only seen Outlaw once, which was last year, early January. Monster Truck Wars didn't show up again this year. I think it just didn't make as much as they would have been hoping for. It was a really good show, though. I really want to see this crash. That took the truck out of commission, though. Or I think it said it took on substantial damage. I'm clueless. Yeah, it was badly damaged in 2019. Okay, well this is not the show that it was badly damaged at, that's for sure. Is it this? Nope. That's somewhere else. Oh, this one says it's near Corpus Christi, or however you say that. This is a slideshow. Okay, I'm not finding this. I wish I did, but I'm not going to. Unless it's in here somewhere. What are your guys' thoughts on monster machines? I really like monster machines. I could settle for $10. I feel like no more than 15. The only time I have is when 2 Extreme came here. I bought all the 2 Extreme trucks. That's the only time I've bought or monster machines. I just completely blanked for a second. What do you mean YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain a smooth streaming, as such viewers will experience buffering? Why is my stream buffering? Oh no. I don't want that buffer streaming. I have no clue why it says it's not working, but okay. Sure. Why not? Why not? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Now the stream says no data. Now it says it's not. Oh boy. The stream. It said, okay, here's what my stream health says. Warning, the stream's current bit rate is lower than the recommended bit rate. 2 seconds later, error. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. 2 seconds later, stream is healthy. Stream health is excellent. 7:22. Warning, the stream's current bit rate is the stream's current bit rate is lower than the recommended bit rate. 2 seconds later, error. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain a smooth streaming. I feel like Thunder Roar should have been primarily black or primarily chrome. I don't like it being just flat gray. I don't like it very much at all. Mechagodzilla. Yep, that is accurate depiction. I just wish it was chrome, because then it would look a lot cooler. Let's see what the Thunder Roar's photo album has looked like. You guys won't be seeing it because only I'm seeing it. Oopsies. Thunder Roars, here it is. I don't think this photo gallery's been updated since the last time I checked. To me, it still looks the same. Hot Wheels itself isn't, but Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live I don't really like at all. I saw it one show and it was not very good at all. The only good part was when, trying to think. What? How did I forget? Craig Christensen, that's what I was thinking. When Craig Christensen did this really cool cyclone. That's the only cool thing that happened when I went to Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live. Apart from that, it was pretty lame. They cut it short. It was just overall very disappointing. Monster Jam doesn't really have any Glendale photo galleries. What's that for? No, I want a photo gallery too. Feld. Yeah, if you guys haven't looked at these photo galleries before, there is quite a bit of cool stuff. Dude. Morgan Kane looks crazy in this picture. Oh, there's a driver who went missing. Morgan Kane. Actually, isn't he like NASCAR now? In 2022, he returned to provide commentary. He now works for Team Penske in NASCAR. I would rather see him in Monster Jam, but whatever. Why would you choose NASCAR over Monster Jam? I guess you probably get paid quite a lot more, but apart from that, the overall experience of Monster Jam is infinitely better to me. I don't know. Oh no, Monster Jam is easily the best circuit, and I think it is gonna stay that way. It could still fall short sometime, just because of all those restrictions it adds that are completely unnecessary, but you never know. This picture is so confusing. It's like Todd LeDuc is like doing a stoppie on top of the backflip ramp. The only answer is if he attempted a reverse backflip and like didn't land it, because I know for a fact he did not land a reverse backflip at the All-Star Challenge. I'm just really invested in these photo galleries right now. You guys remember when Cole Stevens just didn't do what he was supposed to do for his All-Star Best trick and instead completely like crashed? When was the last time Monster Jam was in Stafford Springs? What? This looks like a cool stop. This is like a little Monster Jam looks like a little indie stop. I like this. I should go back there. Even though I live absolutely nowhere near Connecticut, this still looks like a nice little show. $2018. Okay. It's like a good show. Randy Brown. I know he's retired. I know Monster Jam was in Stafford Springs in 2019. I've just never heard of this, I guess. Anyway, this has been a very long stream. We're nearing an hour and a half. It's been a great stream, but I have to save some of my streaming mentality for this Saturday when we get ready for the biggest event that's ever going to take place on this channel. So you guys just keep preparing for that, because I know I'm going to have to get extra sleep these next couple of days so that I am, I guess, energetic enough to get going with that. Maybe drink a Coke Zero in the morning to get some caffeine, and Saturday you're gonna have to be ready for that, because it's gonna be big. And I'm not going to let myself get tired. I'm gonna just... we have a massive opening, 40 plus trucks. We have a massive tournament. We have exclusive stunts, RC stunts, everything you could imagine with monster trucks. You're not gonna want to miss this Saturday, and I'll see you guys then.